Yeah, here we go, I'm TJ Quake, the ghetto gamer, on this gaming thing.
Woo! Yeah. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is TJ Quake, yo, Ghetto Gamer, and I'm back again with some more craziness because craziness always keeps going on in this damn world. That's what's going on all the time, and it never stops, it never ends, it keeps rolling. So I'm going to keep rolling. I'm going to keep coming at you with the real deal, peoples, because ladies and gentlemen, once again, we got them Cackling Hines over at The View saying they stupidness about that craziness that went down at the Indiana mall shooting, where a guy happened to be the hero of the day and actually took down a crazy lunatic who wanted to kill a bunch of people in the mall. Oh, but no. Today's topic, ladies and gentlemen, once again, we're coming back to these Looney Tunes who want to get rid of guns. They want to take your guns so that you can be defenseless against crazy people like that mall shooter. Oh yeah, because they don't seem to get it. They're elitists, and we're going to get into why they don't want you to have a gun, because they all act crazy. They all think, oh, you know, it's not our fault. It's not our problem. You know, I mean, you guys need to, you know, you guys need to be able to really know how to handle, you know, your positions, and maybe to get the police force to come in and help you. Really? Okay, well, we're going to talk about those Cackling Hens. We're going to talk about a hero. We're going to talk about people that appreciate heroes. We're going to talk about more people who want to freaking get rid of people like that hero and stop them from prevailing against evil and so forth. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is again your boy TJ Quake, yo, Ghetto Gamer here on Pop Culture Talk. TJ Quake's Ghetto Gaming Pop Culture Talk, that is. And where I come in here and I just give you guys the latest and greatest of all kinds of wild and crazy news and what I feel about certain things, my personal thoughts on stuff, and where I hope we all can come to some kind of like reason, some kind of logic, some I don't know, concrete, you know, feeling that we can all kind of unite once again and make this country the way it used to be, you know, make America great again. Yeah. But back in those days, you know, when we didn't deal with all this stupid looniness that we're dealing with 24/7 in this damn country, you know, people like, you know, Eric July, who's now being beat down because he wants to start a freaking comic book company. Go figure, a black man trying to do that. But, you know, we're going to talk about this situation, and we're going to talk about the people that are praising the hero. We're going to talk about the people that don't so much want to praise the hero. But I guarantee you, they'll want this guy. They want this hero right there where they are. If something goes down in their area, if they happen to be in a position where somebody's shooting and nobody's there to help them. Oh yeah. So let's do this. We're gonna get ready to throw this. And once again, I want to thank to all the people out there that have been subscribing, you know, to my channel. I'm kind of fairly new and everything, just kind of getting into the flow. But I just got on here because I just like to say what I feel. I like to just throw out what I think, my own critique on what's going on in the world, what's going on in pop culture and comics and movies and video games. And I play video games because I'm a streamer. I'm a game streamer too as well. So you'll see some of that kind of content up here as well on my other channel, TJ Quake, the Ghetto Gamer, and so forth. And of course on twitch.tv. But and don't forget, we also do our podcast, our live podcast for movie reviews, TJ&MJ Spend Your Dollar, Save Your Dollar movie reviews. Yes, that's with my beautiful wife, MJ. And she gets up on here and we just break it down to you on all the craziness in movies and what's going down with all that stuff. Yeah. The Marvels is coming, ladies and gentlemen. I don't give a shittle about the Marvels. But anyway, I digress. Let's get back to this. Okay. So here we are. I'm going to give you guys this video real quick, just so you guys can kind of see this real quick for your own context, so you guys kind of know where this is going. And we're going to see about some people. Now, the guy who technically stopped this whole deal, let me bring this on up here for you. You know, where is he at? Got that boy right here. I got his picture right here. If I can bring that up. Let's see. Was it here? No. Was it here? I believe so. I believe it's where is he at? They show the kid. There he is. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. There he is. Let me swoop that to the back side because we can get ready to listen to the to what the police department thinks about this hero right here. Elisjsha Dicken. Okay, that's his name, Elisjsha Dicken. And I'll blow that up a little teeny bit here so you guys can get a better reading of that. There's Elijah right there. Young man, nice, clean cut guy, there at the mall with his girl and everything. Happened to be there at the wrong time, wrong place, the wrong time. But luckily for those, a lot more people in that daggum mall, he was there. But Elisjsha Dicken, 22, Seymour, of Seymour, has been identified as the person who pulled out a pistol he was carrying under the constitutional carry law to stop the suspect at Greenwood Park Mall on Sunday. Okay, this past Sunday, that's when this shit went down. When we had a lunatic get out there and get real stupid and everything. This is the cat right here. He was there with his girlfriend, I believe, and whatnot. It's at the mall here. So this is at the mall. Near a mall right there. A lot of people are giving this guy, props. Before I get into any more further deepness of the story, let's see what the police had to say about Dicken and what he did. And then we'll get into these flipneck heifers. Everybody's calling, him a true American hero. Stop Greenwood Park Mall shooting within seconds. I mean, the guy, this is the kind of guy you want with a gun. At any situation that you may be in a situation like at a school or at a mall or at a movie theater or something like that, where some freaking crazy lunatic decides he wants to come out there and start shooting people and everything. And it's never the gun, people. Let's all remember that. It's the guy behind the gun. You notice when Dicken, okay, Elijah, when he shot the shooter, guess what? The shooting stopped. You notice the gun wasn't shooting on its own. No, once he shot the shooter, and you notice, and the freaking shooter, he goes running back and oh, wait a minute, there's a guy with another gun. He started running. Oh, imagine that. Why? Because these guys think that they can go to a place where nobody else has guns. They don't think anybody else has a gun. So that's why they go and do it. Oh, minute somebody else pulls out the yell, shoot-o, they're like, oh, wait a minute. This is not what I wanted. I wanted to be able to kill people, not me get killed. Yeah, they don't want to, because they're cowards. They don't want to go. They don't want a toe-to-toe match. But let's go ahead and see what the police department has to say about our young hero and everything. Let's go right here. And I'll put this on right now for you so you guys can hear this flavor.
Thank all of those who did that, who've reached out to us and who are reaching out to our people to support us. And also, we're very thankful for a young 22-year-old man who stopped this violent act. This young man, Greenwood's Good Samaritan, acted within seconds, stopping the shooter and saving countless lives. Our city, our community, and our state is grateful for his heroism in this situation. Chief Eisen will give you some information on him in a few minutes. He's a young man processing a lot. I ask that you give him space and time to be able to process what he's gone through last night.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the police department. The police department, okay? The police department is coming in saying, dang, thank goodness, thank God that we had a young citizen, a guy who wasn't trained in police tactics and all that stuff. From what I heard, the kid learned how to shoot with his grandpa. He used to go out shooting with his grandpa and so forth. And he taught him how to shoot and so forth. And became a very good marksman because he shot this dude from like 40 feet and everything. If I can get into a little bit more of that story there, well, we're going to get into the haters, though, because I want you to see, I wanted you guys to hear all the people that are talking good, the people that look at this guy as a hero. You know what I'm saying? This boy deserves gratitude, not hate and everything. And that's why I'm up here talking about, because I want to get on those haters out there and everything. Because you know TJ's gonna come at you with some rawness. I want to let you know and everything. Don't trip on our heroes. Don't trip on people that actually do something. When you idiots out there wouldn't do shizzle. Y'all sit out there and freaking talk shiz all the time and everything. Let these criminals get away with doing everything. Y'all never say nothing about the criminals though. Ain't got a problem with them. Oh yeah, we'll get into it and everything. Let's see here. So here it is again. If you look at this part right here, Elisjsha Dicken praised for actions in Indiana mall shooting. You know, and I want to bring that up a little bit. You know, right there. Elisjsha Dicken praised for actions in Indiana mall shooting. Armed with only a handgun, police say Dicken engaged the shooter from a distance of perhaps 30 yards. 30 yards. Police say he was very proficient and tactically sound. Dicken stated making his way towards the gunman, motioning for people to leave behind the man. So basically saying, come on, you guys, move up from behind him. You know, Dicken started making his way towards the gunman, motioning for people to leave behind him. The gunman tried to retreat back into the restroom, you coward. But Dicken continued on, shooting the suspect until he fell. So this motherfucker got scared once, but Dicken brought out his gun. He's like, he was having a good old time. He's just trying to shoot people. Yeah, all you unarmed people, I can just kill you. Wait a minute, who's shooting at me? Hold up. Yeah, the motherfucker started running. You freaking coward, flip neck bastard, and everything. He killed, 3 people, wounded a number of others, and so forth. Thank goodness, thank God, that this man here, this young man, Dicken, came to the rescue and went after this dude. You know what I'm saying? So he retreated back into the restroom, but Dicken continued on shooting the suspect till he fell. When police arrived, they say Dicken approached mall security, telling them that he was the one that neutralized the shooter. He waited with security until the police could arrive. So, that's what happens when there's somebody with a gun. A good guy with a gun, because that's going to be the keynote in this whole video. The good guy with the gun took out the bad guy with the gun. When the bad guy died, the gun that the bad guy had stopped firing. Why? Because there's nobody alive to freaking keep pulling the trigger. The trigger doesn't pull itself, peoples. That's what these dumb Democrats and these freaking social justice warrior flipnicks out there don't quite get. You can't shoot the gun unless somebody's behind it shooting it. So why do you guys always blame the gun? Blame the motherfucker who's doing it. They don't ever want to talk about that. But guess what? Dicken took care of that problem. We ain't got to go through no court processes. We ain't got to go through anything trying to get some prosecutor to freaking try to, well, he didn't know what he was doing, blah, blah, this, and we're going to try to free him now. We're going to try to make sure that, he gets a good defense because, he wasn't in his right state of mind. Oh, yeah, they'll do all that to protect the criminal. Try to get him off and shiz. Yeah, God said, I don't think so, brah. We're bringing this one down now. Thank you. So, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's the shiz that went down right there. You can't, you can't mess with God. God will put out his soldiers to freaking take care of the issue. He will put out his soldiers, and he had that man right there taking the position that he did. Now let's get into the fact of these freaking crackling hands, the freaking view. Yeah, these flat neck suckers. We're going to talk about these fools right now. Yeah, Whoopi Goldberg, Joy Bear, freaking Sunny. Freaking, why did they even call her Sunny? You ain't no Sunny. You ain't sunshine. They should have called you Darkness. That's what they should have called you. Hi, Darkness. Are you having a dark evening today? Dark day? Darkness is coming. Yeah, let's get over here to the Cackling Hines right here. Yeah, Whoopi Goldberg and her freaking dumbass band of freaking heifers who think we shouldn't have guns because, his citizens will go off and they'll start, just shooting anybody. No, people that are the good guys won't do that. They only protect people and so forth. It's the bad guys that we want without the guns. But you guys don't care about that. So let's go ahead and let's get into what Whoopi and them got to say about this whole scenario. And then we'll get to another part where they're saying, because I got this off of Black Conservative. Thank you to Black Conservative pulling this footage here with The View. Because, you know, Black Conservative can watch The View and get this information from them. I can't watch these freaking heifers, dude. They get on my last freaking nerves because of the stupid shiz that comes out their mouth and everything. So let's go ahead. Let's get up here real quick. Let you guys see old Whoopi Goldberg. Whoopi, old Whoopi, how you doing? Whoop! You ugly ass heifer. Let's go ahead and put this on here right now real quick so y'all see what they got to say. Let me put my headphones on. Yeah. Okay.
They say that a good guy with a gun can control a bad guy with a gun. Well, we saw in Uvalde that that's not true.
And you saw it in Buffalo.
Yes, we saw it in
we
Buffalo.
saw it in Buffalo.
And it is true in Indiana.
It was true in Indiana. That was a lucky moment. And you know what? I feel like this. If you're a good guy with a
that sister here, this sister right here, by the way, where is she at? Bring it back to where is she at? Where's that? She's the only see if we bring it back to her. They put it back.
That's not true.
And you saw it in Buffalo.
Yes, we saw it in Buffalo.
But we saw
Wait a
that
minute.
it is true in Indiana.
It was true in Indiana.
Yeah. Now this sister right here, she's the only. They finally replaced. What's her name? They get her on every once in a while, but the rest of the View crackles on there, hands up on there. They don't like her because she's a black conservative. Yes, and she makes statements about gun owners that are safe, the citizens that have guns to protect themselves. And she knows her stuff. She knows her Constitution. Whereas Joy Behar and them don't know squat. They don't know guns. They don't know what a gun does. They don't know what an automatic is compared to a semi-automatic and everything. They don't know burst round fire. They don't know none of that shit because they're stupid. They think they know because, the gun looks scary. So therefore it must be it's a gun of war. You should have saw what Joy said the last time they were on the show, and she had to put her in her place. Joy's up there had the nerve to say, "Well, when more black people are able to have guns, then we'll see if the laws start to change." Then, so Joy, are you forgetting that black people own guns too? The woman just told you, in the sentence right before you freaking interrupted her, that a black man freaking created his own MR-15, and AR-15. And everything. He created his own AR-15. This is a black man that created this shit. But the black people don't know nothing about guns. Black people don't get guns. Who you think is shooting all those killings out there in Chicago? Oh yeah, we'll get to that later in a second. But anyway, let's go on. Continue.
That was a lucky moment. And you know what? I feel like this. If you're a good guy with a gun, you should not object to background checks or license.
Who says that we object to it? Those laws are already in place, Joy. Because she doesn't know anything about guns and how people get guns. I'm a gun owner, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I own a motherfucking Glock 17 and a Glock 19. Oh yeah, brother's ready to rock and so forth. So I had to go and get the background check. I had to do the test. You had to study the test, which is pretty simple. If you know how to understand simple logic, you had to take that test. You gotta get a background check. It's an FBI, full on background check. They will not, if something comes back on your record, any little knickknack, you ain't getting that gun. Sorry, they can't sell it to you. On top of that, guns are expensive. They're not, it's not. It takes a little bit of money to buy one of them bad boys and everything. So you got to go through a process. Plus, you are now on record that you own a gun. The government knows this now. So guess what? Most people that own guns, that buy guns, are not going to go out trying to shoot people with them because guess what? A little thing called CSI, people that knows in forensic investigations, well, they know exactly what bullet that gun came from and what kind of gun it is and what's the serial number on that gun. They'll get all that information and that leads right back to you, bro. So it's not very wise to just go around I got me a gun now, I'm going to go out and start shooting people. No. People don't do that. The good guy with the gun is the guy that protects his family, protects his home, protects others from evil people with guns. That's the point. And of course, tyranny from our government. Yeah, that kind of stuff. Yeah, because you know what the Germans did. Yeah. Y'all let's read about it. Okay.
Licensing or a limitation on military-style weapons that kill thousands at once.
Again, she don't know what the fuck she's talking about. AR-15s aren't military-style weapons. They don't give AR-15s to the military, Joy. They give M14s or M16s to the military. And I got a guy that's going to tell you exactly what you need to start learning. And most of these stupid crackling hands need to freaking learn this shit because they're dumb.
Well, hundreds at once. So why can't they just pull that off?
But with this Good Samaritan thing, listen, I was trained when I was at the Justice Department in firearms.
Oh, really?
And I was trained in defensive firearm training. It's very hard to hit a moving target.
Really? Then you don't know how to shoot then. You obviously weren't trained very well. And so forth. And this is coming from a heifer who talks about taking away people's guns all the time. But yet, you notice the elitists? Oh, I went to firearm training. I went to train with guns and so forth. Yeah, and it's very hard to shoot a moving target. How many times do you go practicing, Sonny? How many times do you go shooting? Probably hardly ever. She probably went because her man probably took her one day and she wanted to, this would be cool. Everything. This woman don't know about no guns. Shit, they don't even know. They keep calling the shiz military grade weapons, assault weapons. Well, if you knew about guns, Sonny, you would know that little basic truth. Idiot.
It is hard for people that are trained to hit a moving target.
Really?
They're very lucky that Good Samaritan hit that moving target in that way. And he had a gun permit, but he wasn't supposed to be in the mall with a gun. So he broke the law, even though he was a gun.
Oh, he broke the law. Even you see the stupidity that comes out their mouths, people? He broke the law. Well, you notice she's not saying anything about the shooter, though. Oh, no. The shooter's okay because he's a criminal. They do that. Isn't that funny how that works? They don't say nothing about the criminal. They want to concentrate on the guy who helped everybody. She would rather him go to jail. He broke the law. He should be going to jail. Oh, yeah, after he just saved thousands of lives. Yeah, I guarantee you if old Sonny Boo here was in that mall, she would be thanking him and on her hands and knees thanking you. Thank you so much for being here and helping us save it. You saved me and my children's lives when the guy was probably about to shoot them. Oh, yeah, and just before the guy was about to cap you, Sonny, the good guy with the gun that wasn't supposed to be there with the gun, he shot the bad guy. Right before he took you out. You would be thanking that guy right now. You wouldn't be on television talking about, he was a guy, he was breaking the law. He shouldn't have been in there with the gun. He's not. Guess what? Indiana has, you're allowed to carry and everything. You're allowed to carry in Indiana. So unless the mall kicks him out of the mall saying, hey, then he can walk in there with a concealed carried weapon and so forth. And if they say something and he doesn't leave, then he's breaking the law. But until he does that, that's the only time you would break the law and so forth. So he's not breaking the law carrying a weapon on him. And thank God he did. Because then that motherfucking mass shooter, the other guy that's not supposed to be having a gun, he would have been killing everybody in the damn mall. But no, you guys don't have nothing to say about that. You guys don't have nothing to say about it. You guys' whole concentration is on the guy who actually stopped the craziness. Go figure.
Even though he was a Good Samaritan. The law of Indiana is different than the law of the mall, of Simon Malls, and I would say that takes precedence when you save a life.
Well,
thank you. It takes precedence when you save a life.
Well, he saved a life, but
guys,
look at that. But he saved a life, but there's a but. Why is it got to be a but, Sonny? Why can't you just go with the fact that he saved lives? What is your problem? You people are freaking stupid, dude. I don't get people like this freaking little high class little heifer sitting up here on the show. She's all nice and safe. They got security people surrounding them in the freaking, in the lot, in the actual studio. There's people with guns who are security. Those are good guys with guns. Cops are good guys with guns, Sonny. That's what a good guy with a gun is and everything. It's somebody who takes down the bad guy with the gun. I digress. Let's get over here to this next portion right here. Were these heifers up here freaking talking some shizzle? Were they still talking shizzle? I'm going to see. It was up on Black Conservatives channel, and I believe it's about right here. Skip.
Carried everywhere we went. But he was highly trained with that weapon, and I felt better knowing people like him had them. This is scary because people get hit by these guns. When you read the news headlines every day of children crossing the street, people that were doing nothing because everyone decided to be a good guy with a gun and shoot. And in a populous place like New York City, with so many people, already so many illegal guns, now giving people a pass to take that upon themselves, it's a really scary prospect to walk out in the streets.
But see, and so what Black Conservatives tripping off about this stupid freaking heifer is that her man, she was up there saying her man's got a freaking gun. But when my man is trained and he's a trained person with a gun, and so I'm okay with him having a gun, but you can't have a gun. Even though you might be trained with it, but no, we can't have all you guys that are trained with it. No, we can't. Only my guys. So I can be protected, not you. Again, the elite people always freaking acting like they're the ones that can be the only ones with guns. They're the only ones that allowed to have people that protects them with guns. But forget you. You don't get to have a gun. And so forth. No, not you. This is coming from these little stupid heifer right here. Knowing good and well, she'd be super happy if a motherfucker was there. If her man was there with a gun, oh, she had no problem. She had no problem with him having a gun. No, I like my man with a gun. I just don't want your man to have one. Or you women, I don't want you women out there who get, you guys always talk about women getting, that thing, that the R word that happens to women sometimes, oh yeah. Well, maybe this might be the equalizer to something like that happening to a woman, that R thing, maybe that would be something that would equalize that situation. Because now that woman said, not today, son. Yeah, to make that fool start running like that mall shooter ran when homeboy had that gun. He pulled his gun out. He was like, "Oh, wait a minute! I wasn't waiting for that. I wasn't thinking this was going to be going down. I thought everybody was unarmed, like the girl on The View said. The girl on The View said that everybody would be unarmed, and only us bad guys would be having guns. What's going on? I better put my gun down and start running to the bathroom. Oh, damn! I've been shot in the back. Yeah, that's the way it should go. That's the way it should go. Just like that. Stupid freaking heifers, man. That's all these freaking women are on The View, is a bunch of freaking dumb flip neck heifers that don't know squat and so forth. And then you got people like this heifer right here. Greenwood Park Mall. Let's go ahead and bring that up right here so you guys can understand the complexity of idiots out there that we constantly get. Greenwood Park Mall, this time just days after Governor Eric Holcomb's new law that eliminates the license requirement to carry a handgun went into effect on July. So she's mad because this was the day that we got rid of the license to carry. You think the gunman who went into the mall had a license to carry? He had a freaking rifle. The guy that took him out had a handgun and so forth. Go figure. Everything. Because Republicans think this country needs more guns and less responsibility. So she's mad because the Republicans want people to be able to arm themselves against people like that guy at the mall. She's mad about it. I can't believe this happened on the day that they finally got rid of the carry license thing. Then this guy wouldn't have been able to go into the mall and carry like he did. Just like that stupid heifer on freaking The View up there talking about, oh, well, he wasn't supposed to have a license. He wasn't supposed to have a, Sonny up there talking that stupid shit. He wasn't supposed to have a gun. That's against the law. Oh, so funny how you care about the law now. You care about the law when the good guy has the gun, but you can give two shits about the people that freaking got killed by that freaking guy with the rifle, though. You can give two flips about that. You notice they ain't freaking saying nothing about that? Did you guys notice that? They didn't say anything about the people that died, the people that killed, including the flipneck, the guy that had a handgun, and so the rifle. Oh, no, they didn't say nothing. They don't say nothing about the only concentration is on. Let's go with the narrative, you guys. Let's keep the narrative going. We got to get rid of people. We got to take people's guns from them. So let's push our narrative. That's what they do, people. And so, she goes on right here. Anyone who replies good guys with a gun is missing the entire point. You're the mark. No, you're missing the point, Sarah Reese Jones. The good guy with the gun is the guy I want to have right next to me when that dude with the bad guy comes into the motherfucking mall. I'm thinking, God, that dude's there. You would be too, but you're so stupid because you can't put yourself in the shoes of people that are under that situation. You ain't never been in that situation, so you ain't gonna freaking say anything that's positive about the guy with the good gun. You're just gonna go with the stupid, dumbass narrative that you guys always go with. Oh, we gotta take the guns away from we gotta take the guns away from the good guys because look what they're doing. They're killing bad guys. Oh, how are they doing this? So somebody comes back and replies to her, the shooter was using a long rifle, a gun this new law doesn't apply to. See? So the shooter was using a long rifle. It's just a regular hunting rifle. Ladies and gentlemen, did you know a hunting rifle is way more deadly and damaging than a dadgum freaking AR-15? The caliber that a freaking hunting rifle use, this is what they use to shoot down deer. Everything. The bullet's like this big. A 9mm is about this big. It's not that big, you guys, and everything. This thing is used to take down game and so forth. Idiots. So this guy came in and so he said, doesn't apply to, this new law applies to handguns. And not to mention the good Samaritan who stopped him was carrying a handgun and saved lives. But that doesn't fit your narrative, does it? Score 1 for the Constitution. I think he was saying number 2. Anything. Then this other dumb flipnut gets up here and he says, you think this was a good thing that, laugh out loud. Wow. He's mad because he thinks it's a good thing that the guy with the hero that took out the bad guy, he doesn't think that's a good thing. So he's mocking the guy that says, this was a good thing that the guy was there. It was a good Samaritan. And he's up there getting mad about it. You think this was a good thing? Wow, man, you guys are freaking out of your minds, man. Yeah, I think it is a good thing when a freaking evil bastard who tried to kill a bunch of people in a mall gets freaking eliminated. Yeah, I do think it's a good thing. And so forth. Joe A., if you think a bystander being able to stop a mass shooting is a problem, you need mental help. Thank you, Joe A. You are the man, Mr. Joe A. Thank you. Jeez. These people, man, I tell you, are the most dumbest idiots on the planet. And so forth. But, it is what it is. And so forth. It just blows my mind when you see the stupidity of all these people out here nowadays. They just don't get it, dude. They just don't get it. They don't understand what it takes to freaking, actually, even go through the scenario of getting background checks and training. And, you got to put in some work. It's not just something, people just do just to be doing and so forth. So I don't understand why these people always think that, the good guy with the gun is the bad guy. Our world is completely backwards, ladies and gentlemen. It's completely backwards. We got the most insane thinking people in this country, dude. It makes no sense to me. I never understood it. But let's get down to the last thing. This is my last point of the video, and I'll end it here. This is a man that's going to tell you, you dumb idiots out there who need some education on what a gun does with a handgun and with a freaking assault rifle. This is a military man, okay, who served. He's in Congress now. Let him tell you what he thinks. He's going to show you something, and then we'll end it. Let's go on over here. Bring it up here. Because I tell you, man, people need education. So if I could throw a little bit of education out there for people to see, then please subscribe and tell your friends that TJ Quake will always come to you real. I don't try to pull no freaking bullshit on people. I just put it out there real. And here's another man who's going to give it to you real. Somebody who knows guns.
So I served in Operation Iraqi Freedom. I served in the Army, and there's a lot of talk in Washington about weapons of war. And my purpose of yielding to one of my colleagues who may have served was to ask them a specific question of what type of firearm were you issued.
And let me give you a little context here. The guy before him was getting mad at him because he was up there saying, "Have any of you guys ever served? Any of you guys ever served?" Because he was trying to make a point. that a lot of you guys don't know anything about guns. And this one guy was getting all mad. Yeah, how dare you say that just because we didn't serve that we don't want to protect people in this country. And he said, slow your roll, brah. Slow your roll and everything. I didn't say that. And that's what my point was. And before you interrupted me, I want to get back my time. Okay. So forth, because this guy was all freaking getting all irate and shiz, talking about like he thought he knew what his point was. He didn't know anything about where he was getting ready to go. So let's go to where he was really getting ready to go.
When you were deployed, and the answer to that question is a true what would be defined as a weapon actually used in war has a selector switch on it for fully automatic 3-round burst and semi-automatic. So when I deployed in 2006 in Operation Iraqi Freedom, we were issued M4s in the United States Army. Those M4s had a selector switch on them. Those selector switch allow you to have fully automatic, 3-round burst, or semi-automatic. Those firearms are not allowed for purchase in the United States today. So this cascading of weapons of war, what I was issued, and again, I would ask any person that served in a deployed environment, you are issued weapons that allow for fully automatic and 3-round burst. That is not available for purchase in the United States, and that is not what the Democrats are attempting to ban today because that's already banned. What we're talking about is a semi-automatic rifle that only is used in a semi-automatic form. So behind me is a typical AR platform weapon, and you can't see it because it's on this side, not the other side, that has a selector switch on it. That selector switch is only for fire or not fire, safe or not safe, and that is for a semi-automatic operation of the weapon, which means...
Did you guys get that? That's semi-automatic. That means switch for firing, switch to turn the firing off so you can't pull the trigger and click and click and click. You ain't gonna be able to do that and everything. So listen closely.
Means every time I depress the trigger, a round comes out of the firearm. All right, next slide, and just move it over. This is the most popular handgun in the United States that was purchased is the Glock 19. It functions in exactly the same way as this rifle. It's a semi-automatic, just like that's a semi-automatic.
I think that's a Glock 17 right there.
Don't have a selector switch for 3-round burst or fully auto. This is a semi-automatic handgun. As quick as I depress the trigger of this Glock 19, a round comes out of the chamber. The functionality between that weapon and this weapon are exactly identical. There is no difference. So you're banning a class of weapons that you don't like the look of, not because of functionality, not because of how fast a round comes out of the weapon, just because you don't like the way that they look, because they function exactly the same. Now move this one over one. So now this is a Glock 19. Glock 19 comes with a 15-round magazine, which under this bill is legal.
Now that's a Glock 19.
That a couple weeks ago you banned 10-round magazines and then you changed it to a 15-round magazine. It's interesting to understand the thought process there, but that is for another.
And for those of you guys don't know, the difference between a Glock 19 and a Glock 17, the first one I think was actually a Glock 17 and everything. This is an actual Glock 19. As you can see, it's much smaller. The nose, the guard, the top guard and everything is shorter and so forth. So it's a more small concealed carry type weapon and everything. And then the Glock 17 is more the official gun that most police officers use on duty and so forth. But the Glock 19 is more efficient for concealment and everything, has a little more recoil on it, whatnot. I'm not going to try to get into all the craziness on the gun flavor, but that's the difference between those two.
Time. This is a 6-hour P320, which some of you probably saw in one of the hearings on the magazine bans. I showed my P320. This comes with a 20-round magazine. So under this bill, because it has a 15-round magazine ban, this gun would be banned because you wouldn't be able to use it. Again, it functions exactly the same as that gun. It functions exactly the same. As fast as you depress the trigger is as fast as a round comes out. So now the next one. So that gun would be banned. That would be okay because you can put a 15-round magazine in it. This is a lever action. Under this bill, lever actions apparently are okay, but semi-automatic AR platform rifles are not okay. So we're going to discriminate against the type of firearms that we're going to use, despite the fact that the functionality is the same. The only difference here is after you depress the trigger and a round comes out, you have to reload using the lever action, which saves you maybe half of a second. The next one, which is also legal, is a tubular. This is a tubular 22, which, again, and Mr. Massey did a good job of highlighting how ridiculous the calibers of the bullets are. The Democratic majority is discriminating against some of the most popular weapons in the United States simply because they don't like the way they look, not because of the way they function. And there are so many Americans that are confused when they see the semi-automatic rifle that the Democrats want to ban as being fully automatic. It's not. You can't purchase that. It's illegal. It is not a weapon of war. A weapon of war has a fully automatic switch or a 3-round burst.
Booyah. Ladies and gentlemen, couldn't have said it better myself. Once again, I will repeat what this man just said. A weapon of war has 3 functions. It has semi-automatic, it has burst round, and it has automatic. M16s normally have all 3 of those. That's what they used to issue soldiers back in Vietnam and so forth. They can fire a burst round. A burst round maybe fires out 2 to 3 rounds every time you pull the trigger. It's a brat, brat, brat. Semi-automatic, pop, 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 pop. Automatic, brrr, sprays everywhere. And so forth. These dumb idiots like the people on The View, they don't understand that knowledge. They don't get that. Which is why they should be talking about guns and talking about, these are guns of war and mass destruction. What the frick? What are you talking about? And everything. Half the deaths of gun violence is done by a handgun. What do you think most gangbangers use? They use guns. They use handguns, Glocks. 38s, 45s, you know, we're talking all kinds of guns. And most gun gangbangers, if they do have a weapon of destruction, some weapon of war, they're not using AR-15s. They're using actual, and I've seen it back in my day because I used to be back in the day one of them knuckleheads that was back in the Crips and everything. Yeah. I had friends that had Tech 9s. I had friends that I knew dudes that a lot of those fools sometimes had AK-47s. I one time remember going to a house party. Two Vietnamese dudes were sitting out, you know, guarding the party and shit. Both them fools sitting on lawn chairs with AK-47s. That's not a daggum motherfucking AR-15. That is a weapon of war. But you think they bought that at a store? Hell no. They got that shit on the black market. They got that just like they get drugs illegally. Some illegal gun seller sold them the guns. That's how they get them type of guns. Those kind of guns get into the country all the time. But you guys want to stop everybody else from getting just regular, just, you know, handguns and whatnot, and an AR-15 that's nothing more than just a hunting rifle more so. It's a souped up looking good, you know, scary looking hunting rifle. That's all it is. And everything. The difference, the only difference between the handgun and the AR-15 is that the AR-15 can shoot further out. It has longer range, more precise shots because the barrel's long. So it's going to be able to shoot further out and everything than a handgun can. But most people in a close scenario, as you notice, the guy in the mall and everything was, 30 yards? The guy with the gun, handgun, still was able to take his behind out and so forth. Because them boats can go pretty far, dadgummit, before they start dropping off and everything. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's my reaction to all this stupid craziness with, you know, all these people that can't, you know, trying to stop guns. But before you open your mouth about guns, once you learn about what guns can do, the calibers, the rounds that they use and so forth, then you can start, you know, saying, well, this type of gun shouldn't be on the street or this kind of gun could be. No, you learn the shiz first. Sunny doesn't know what she's talking about. Oh, I went to that gun chain and there's no way you know how to figure. That's because you don't know how to shoot. Obviously, that young kid knew how to shoot. He knows what he was doing. You don't. So this young man right here, who I'm going to call a hero. This is a hero. Thank you, Elisjsha Dicken, you know, age 22, who came out there and took out the bad guy. And his girlfriend was very happy about it because she got saved by her man. And a lot of people in that mall are freaking grateful because their lives have been saved by this young man who decided, I'm not going to be scared. I'm going to go and take down the daggum bad guy. Thank you. Jeez. I'm TJ Quake, yo, Ghetto Gamer. And I'm Audi 5000. Till the next one, ladies and gentlemen. May you have a funky day. Y'all know what to do. Check us out on our dadgum, podcast, TJ&MJ Spend Your Dollar, Save Your Dollar movie reviews. If you like what you hear, go ahead and give a little subscribe. We don't bite. All right, y'all. May the funk be with you. I'm out at 5P.
Yeah. Here we go. I'm TJ Quake, the Ghetto Gamer. On this game.
TJ Quake, the Ghetto Gamer.
Yeah. Here we go. Yeah. I'm TJ Quake, the Ghetto Gamer. On this gaming thing. Gonna bang 'em up. Gonna shoot 'em up. Right here on the gaming string. Bang, bang. Blaze 'em on up. TJ Quake. We're busting like 1, 2, 3. Here we go.